Okay, right now I experience my first. Maybe I should just stop doing this ever. At least regarding this. Because I was thinking, how am I going to start this video? I've seen a lot of videos recently where people just start describing what they've done in the day. And I was like, girl, what do you even do in your day? And I've woken up early. I've caught up from my jet lag. I was so jet lagged. I went to Ecuador for a month and a bit. Um, then I studied. Then I went to the gym. Then I ate. You see what I mean? This is just like the same thing because I do the same thing every day. I study, I go gym, I eat, I do something, and then I go to sleep. And today my something was I went out with a friend. We were just catching up. She's basically my bestie in France, and she's so lovely. And she got me some baklava. It was so yummy with some tea, some mint tea. Anyway, the point is, this is a good sign. It's a good sign because it means that I'm trying. I'm trying and I'm pushing through, baby, because this is hard. I don't even know how hard this was because obviously you sit down and you watch people just show up in front of the camera, they tell you really cool stuff, but you don't know how much of it's been scripted, edited. I don't know, the amount of thought that goes behind everything. Like me, I just literally pulled up, put on my lip gloss and sat down and I was like, yes. Because my microphone is broken. And luckily I have this spare headphones thingy that I stole. Not really, it was an accident, I kept it by mistake. Set up my cam and just sat down and I was like, damn, now what? Because I don't want to get out of the habit of recording something. You know what I mean? It's been 2 months and the excuse was that I was on holiday, and to be fair, I didn't really have my equipment. But also, what equipment, bro? Know what I mean? Yeah, so I thought maybe let's just sit down and just talk about whatever comes to mind. Um, what's coming to mind now is just because I spoke about Ecuador. I guess there's a lot of things that I learned in Ecuador. There's a lot of people that I met. There's a lot of situations I had to go through. A lot of really hard decisions that I made that, butterfly effect probably changed my life like a lot, by a lot. Um, and I think the biggest lesson I learned was just to act, to take action, pretty much. Because I spent a lot of my life educating myself, trying to form as best as possible my criteria, or what I like to call my filters for how I interpret everything that comes um, to my head as input. So, like, be that hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling, whatever. Every person has a different way to filter that and create their own reality. And I actively try to shape my filter in a way that's going to take me towards where I want to go. And in the past month or two, I've been thinking a lot about, okay, you're working really hard to shape your filter. You don't know where you want to go necessarily, but you definitely know where you don't want to go. So don't do the things that will take you to a place where you don't want to go. Don't go to sleep late. Don't eat rubbish food. Get up and do some exercise, because you know damn right that's going to take you somewhere that you'll be happy. Because dopamine, endorphins, that all comes from exercise. Um, but I guess a lot of my reflection was things that things like external validation, which you tend to get from achieving big things like getting a good job and, I don't know, winning a race. They don't really fill you in the long run. Yes, in the short term, it's like, wow, yeah, I really did that. I'm that guy. I'm that girl. But I found personally that the things that make me really happy are things like having integrity, things like trying to act in ways, maybe in micro acts, that prove to myself that I don't have this quality or that quality, or trying to kill my ego even. I find all of that stuff makes me so happy, man. At least in the long run. In the short run, it's difficult. There's a lot of little sacrifices you have to make, including sacrificing your ego. Um, but yeah, so I've been struggling a lot with where I want to go, but I have some sort of idea, and that's like internal work. Um, I think that's one thing that I learned in Ecuador. I said the action thing. I was reflecting a lot on the end of a relationship that I had as well. Like a lot, I've been reflecting on that a lot because that taught me a lot. I like to have this frame that bad things are gonna happen in life, and life happens. That's what life is. It's a collection of good and bad experiences. You can't filter out the bad experiences, otherwise you didn't really live. So the frame that I like to have is every bad experience teaches you something, right? And the more it hurts, the more potential you have to make it, to change it, kind of like to transform it into something that's beneficial to you. So the way I've been seeing this, the end of my relationship, was evidence that you need to love yourself before you can love someone else. And I think that's why my relationship failed. I really don't want to go into TMI here, and I was not expecting to talk about this because I don't really talk about my relationships in public, but just this once. What was I saying? What even was I? I think the problem with my relationship, initially I thought it was the other person, like they did this and they did that and they hurt me and blah 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 blah. Well, but really it was just, obviously yes, they had a huge part in it, but I can't do anything about that. The more responsibility you take over a problem, the more power you have over it to change it. So for me, it was like, okay, I didn't have an identity when I started dating this person. I didn't really know what I wanted, who I was. I didn't even know how to love myself, and I was there trying to love someone else, and I succeeded, I can't lie, but in a very unhealthy way. Yeah. Anyway, crazy stories, but the good stories nonetheless. Like when I die and you're looking back at all these memories, I'm gonna be so happy that I chose to do so many of these things that I was scared to do. And they'll all have been worth it, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, I think that takes us to the end, because I didn't really know where we were going with this conversation, but I'm happy with the fact that I showed up and I made a little video. First try. Like, I have so many excuses to not have done this video. Look at this lighting, it's just atrocious. And naturally I'm really warm skinned, so the lighting isn't doing me any favours. But don't worry, I'll get that fixed. And I'll get a new microphone. Oh, I love spending money! Sorry, I'm excited. Okay, that's the end of the video. Bye guys.